Hello everyone, this is Minister William, or Reverend Will if you wish, and this is the sermon for October 24th, 2021. And as always, we'll take a moment to start off with a moment of silence for meditation, prayer, or what have you. And I did not prepare. I prepared everything else. Okay, thank you. Now, this week's sermon will be a short story called The Cracked Pot. It's a story that I have read before, not for a sermon or anything, but just online, and is on alltimeshortstories.com under the heart touching and life links. A young woman worked for a merchant who lived on top of a hill. She worked as the merchant's laundress, and every day she would walk down the hill to collect water from the stream. She had two pots to carry water. One which she hung upon a pole she could carry over her shoulders. With time, one of her pots got a slender crack along its side. She observed the cracks on the pot and decided that she could still use it. Every day, the woman carried those pots down the hill to the stream, filled them to the brim, and walked back up the hill, balancing the pole across her shoulders. By the time she reached the house, the cracked pot would only be half full, while the other pot delivered a full portion of water. The cracked pot glanced at the other pot and saw the water fill to the top, and it began to feel desolate. The full pot was proud of its accomplishment, while the cracked pot felt ashamed and miserable that it was able to accomplish only half of what it was meant to. After a few years, the cracked pot perceived it to be a failure. It spoke to the lady. "I apologize for my flaws. The crack on my side has made me useless. I spill half the water. I'm of no good," the pot said. The lady felt sorry for the cracked pot, and she said, "But pot, you don't understand. You haven't been paying attention. Look around you. As we return to the master's house, I want you to look at the path we traverse." The next time the lady carried the water up the hill, the pot carefully observed the path up the hill. For the first time, the pot stopped looking inward and instead looked out. On his side of the trail, the pot noticed beautiful flowers growing in abundance, while the other side was still dry. As the woman reached the top of the hill, she asked, "Did you notice the beautiful flowers on the path? They are only on your side of the path. I had always known about your cracks, and I took advantage of it to water those beautiful flowers along the way. Without you being just the way you are, the path uphill would not have this beauty." The cracked pot was overjoyed. All of its sadness was gone. He understood that the very thing he thought to be his flaws turned out to be a blessing for the flowers along the path. Every one of us is unique, and we have our flaws. And it's our little quirks and flaws that make us and the world so interesting. The butterfly don't know the colors of their wings, but the human eyes know how beautiful it is. Likewise, you don't know how good you are, but others can see that you are special. As the story says, things we see as our failures, our flaws, aren't always that bad. Our flaws are what makes us us. And I, my favorite song from my favorite band is Malfunction by Steam Powered Giraffe. One of the lines in the song is, "To be pristine, you must be joking." What? We don't need to be perfect. If we were perfect, we wouldn't be who we are. Our flaws make us who we are. Our flaws actually help us help others. Without our flaws, we wouldn't know how to overcome different things. Because what you see as our flaws, other people see as beauty. I know it's hard sometimes when things get rough and all you can see is what's wrong with you or what's wrong with anything. But ask those close to you about your flaws and how they see them. Everyone is great in their own way. Your flaws make you that way. If we were all perfect or all the same, everything would be boring. It would be boring. But just appreciate your flaws and appreciate what person they made you to be and the insights that they gave you into the world. But that is it for this week, and I will see you next week. And remember, when we all come together, the possibilities are endless. See you next week, everyone.